Now we would talk about the solution aspect. Like actually, within this much of time, I have tried to cover overall areas of institutional leadership and their role. So they have role in doing and influencing these all areas, depending upon the various needs of the students, not only students, needs of the industry, need of organization, need of society, need of family, need of our nation, need of the global leadership of our nation in the challenging circumstances. These all are the requirements. And considering these all requirements, we need to produce suitable, right, and solution human resources. And in order to produce right and suitable human resources, we need to make our education effective. And we need to utilize all these supporting HRD instruments in order to develop right personality of the students. Now, section, this section is going to talk about that how we can improve excellence in our students and what are the important HRD instruments. Education is the main instrument, yes, we know. In education, there are multiple components. There are multiple HRD instruments. So the who have the authority and charge of these all HRD instruments? The institutional leader has the charge of these all HRD instruments. And in order to maximize the development and excellence in our students, the institutional leader need to realize the use and utility of these all HRD instruments. The first HRD instrument, list of the instruments are mentioned here. HRD instruments. HRD instruments means the instrument which would be utilized to develop the human resources. Which human resources? Student human resources. The first is educational objective and HRD objective. Educational objective means what we are going to give to the student. And HRD objective means which quality of developed personality we are going to produce. Before starting the course or before starting the educational program, we need to determine that what would be the outcome HRD, the final product, the ready product after the completion of education, training, and programs. So the first step is to relate ourselves with this point, educational and HRD objective of the institution by the institutional leaders. This is very important. Actually, every point has a scope of detailed discussion, but because of lack of time, I am just touching these all important components. If I miss something, so suggest me and condone also, because I have to cover it. I would move ahead. The second HRD instrument is now the traditionally understood component, syllabus. Syllabus is the main component that is understood by all. So now, syllabus is actually the plan of HRD. I am talking with a philosophical term, like syllabus is the plan of HRD. Which quality of human resources, the outcome personality of human resources we want to produce would be determined by the syllabus. So I am suggesting here that our syllabus needs effectiveness as per the requirement. And our syllabus needs a little bit redesign. Our syllabus need not be limited and circumscribed to only core subjects. Like we had mentioned that which excellence? We need subject excellence, but we need communication excellence also. We need career management skills also. We need first job level skills also, and we need second career means managerial abilities, leadership abilities, and social and ethical competence and excellence also. And for personal, happy, successful, and peaceful, honest, uh, fulfilling life, we need a peaceful personal and family life also. So these all are needs. So if these all are impressing needs, our syllabus need to consider these all practical needs, isn't it? The third HRD mechanism is teaching, training, and development methods. I am not mentioning here teaching methods. I am mentioning here teaching, training, and development methods because we need to teach our subjects and we need to train our students upon the practical skills of the subject itself. And we need to make sure that whether our students are developing or not. So, in order to teach, train, and develop, we need to incorporate a number of teaching and training methods, which I have mentioned it here, but it is quite small in font. Like we all know it. Quality lecture, personal introduction of the student, awarding assignments, group discussion, presentation, seminar, conference, workshop, research work, projects, industrial project, academic project, social projects, simulations, corporate interface, leadership interface, industrial visits, etc. etc. There are a number of teaching, training, and development methods with the help of which we would be developing our students. Next slide, please. Yes. Now, I am going to mention an aspect, maybe in many institutions, uh, it is not as much cared about, but this should be cared about. The fourth HRD mechanism, what I consider as HRD mechanism, I do not want to miss this, is the traits of teachers. Which trait, which quality of our teachers? Effective and objective oriented traits. So, in order to make our educators who are already qualified in their subjects, who are already competent in their subject, and who are already very much competent in teaching subjects, and they are light of knowledge. Yet, yet we need some more effectiveness in our respectable teachers, like whether I am good at teaching, but I have to be careful about whether I am good at making the students learn also. Whether I am good and effective at making the students develop also. And these are the challenges that we educators face in classrooms. So, what we need? We need to incorporate some of the traits, maybe we did not care about earlier, but we need to be careful about, not for ourselves, but for the sake of the output personality of the student. Because our students are not only students of classroom. Our students are not students only of subject. Our students are the hope of the family. Our students are the hope and future and performer of the organizations. And our students are the hope and future and performer and the representative of our society, community, and nation. So, who are going to craft? The final terminal instrument to craft the personality of the student is the teacher. That is why I have mentioned it here. The traits of effective and objective oriented. What is the objective? The output personality of the student. The fifth HRD mechanism is traits of the student also. The students also have to realize that they are a student of the subject. They are a student of all the requirements that they would need in their life. If a student himself is not interested in learning, how the teachers can develop? If I do not want to develop, how you would develop me? I also need to be interested in the development. then only I would be able to learn from you. So students need also uh, be made effective, and we need to work upon them. The sixth HRD mechanism that can be utilized, that have to be utilized for developing excellence in students, is a review system. We need to, we already understand that our examination system is the review system, but I want to mention it because we would again feel it that our examination system is a review system. This has to review. What to review? The progress and development to review. I have seen that students do not feel it as a review system. They feel examinations as their objective. Their objective is to pass the examination with good marks, anyhow, and they pass it. But if they do not realize, if we do not make them realize that this is your review, so check your review whether you have progressed, whether you have developed in this subject, or whether you have developed in terms of employability, whether you have developed in terms of communication, whether you have developed in terms of subject competence, whether you have developed in terms of social and ethical competence or not. So we need to utilize this review system also very effectively. And review system, there are annual examinations, semester examination, trimester examination, monthly examination, fortnightly examinations, tests, a weekly test, and daily review mechanism. For daily review mechanism, I have some suggestion. In daily review mechanism and weekly review mechanism, we can incorporate three level of review mechanism. The first level should be appreciative measures. In this level, we need to appreciate them students more, and we in the beginning we can ignore their faults because in the beginning they have a number of faults. They have less quality. So in the beginning, we can utilize appreciative measures of review. After some time, we can utilize analytical measures of review, in which we would do analysis of this much we have good and this much we have bad, or this much we have lacking. And in third stage, we need to utilize critical measures. Critical measures. Even if you commit one mistake, I would not leave you. I would be very strict in reviewing you. We would be very strict in catching your faults. So this is sixth HRD mechanism. Next slide, please. Seventh HRD mechanism that can be utilized by our institutional leadership is the HRD climate. The conducive environment for teaching. Conducive environment, please correct the spelling of conducive. By mistake, it is F. It should be CIVE. The conducive environment for teaching, training, learning, and developing. The environment, the classroom, the campus, the hostel, the places, the opportunities, the exposures that our students are getting, they should be objective oriented towards their development. And the design of the climate must be careful about not leveraging negative opportunities. There are many habits that the students develop in absence of guidance. They by themselves, they by themselves develop negativity, negative approach in their personal life. They are not doing any negative activity in the classroom. Still, they have negative behavior in their life. That negative behavior would affect themselves, the students also, and others also. That is why we need to be careful about designing and developing the climate and environment for uh, learning, developing, teaching also. I am not only, it is not limited only to the students development. This is also required in teaching. So it can be mentioned in detail, but because of lack of time, I am moving ahead. Next is essential infrastructure. Essential infrastructure is also one of the HRD mechanisms which helps in continuing quality education. So essential infrastructure does not, I think it does not require explanation, because the infrastructure requirement is already known by our educators. So this is regarding building and building classroom affiliation, etc. etc. Now, other sixth HRD mechanism I want to mention, not sixth, ninth. Ninth HRD mechanism is internal management issues handling. There are, besides these all important aspects that can contribute to the development of the students. There are internal management issues also that have impact upon education, training, and student development. So I want to mention a little bit from this also, because internal management is the thing that controls whole institution. So I want to mention it. Next slide, please. The first component of internal management aspect is lesson planning. Although this is part of academic administration, yet I have separated it from academic administration. The first point is lesson planning, learning planning, and development planning. I have given lessons to my teachers have taught, but I have to be careful about learning planning also. My students are learning or not, and whether they are developing or not. So we need to make it, we need to prepare it. The second important point is academic administration, which covers regular classes, attendance, discipline in classroom, classroom management, cleanliness, etc. etc. Examinations, examination control, etc. would be in academic administration. Now, third point of internal management. Third point is HRM, human resources management issues. Like the first HRM issue would be acquisition of right human resources. Like if we have great masters, then only we would be having the opportunity to produce great students. But if we miss the opportunity to select and acquire right human resources in education, so we would be compromising the benefits in the larger terms. So we have to be careful about teaching staff also, non-teaching staff also, and students also. The second point from HRM is, please check next slide if it is mentioned there also. No, please back to that slide. Yes, the second point is training and development of our teachers. So this is not only limited to teachers, but mainly this is a training and development of our teachers. For what? They do not need development in the subject because they are already developed and competent in the subject. But maybe we need to share with them our educational objective. We need to share with them our HRD objectives. And we need to share other necessary information also, so that they also become the commander of the objective. If educational leaders are also following the same objective, all teachers are also following the same objective, all non-teaching staff are also contributing to the same organizational goal, and the students are also aware with the organizational goal of development, then I think it would be the easiest and most conducive circumstances that will produce right quality or the best quality of human resources, means excellent quality of students from all aspects, from subject competence, employability competence, social competence, ethical competence, etc. etc. Next HRM issue would be performance appraisal of the teachers, non-teaching faculty, and students also. Performance appraisal, performance management, and performance development. These are important aspects. It is not so that if I am doing appraisal carelessly, so this would not impact the performance of teachers. No, this is not so. Performance appraisal of teaching staff, non-teaching staff, they would impact performance of the teachers. If If we have developed right indicators of performance appraisal, then we would be finally achieving the better performance by our teachers. I would want to make it concise. It requires details, but time is not allowing me. Next, the important issue is compensation, motivation, and performance development again by for teachers. And lastly, regarding HRM issue, there is grievance handling. Grievance handling, if there is any problem, so they need to be redressed, and they need to have a proper process and formal method of redressing and problem solving. Actually, what happens in this area? In this area means in at this point, if there are problems are not finally solved. They are adjusted. So, but if they are only adjusted, they are not originally solved, so it would have some bad repercussion upon the quality of performance of teachers. And finally, it would impact the quality of the output personality of our students. Next slide now. Now, this is the last HRD mechanism. I am mentioning it here as HRD mechanism, which has some role on the outcome personality of a student. In this, I have mentioned institutional image. So, institutional image is the image that people think about the institution. An institutional image can be, maybe it needs to form, we need to form the image of our institution, or we may need to reform the institutional image. So maybe we need to form or reform institutional image in the eyes of students and parents market. Second, we need to form or reform institutional image in the eyes of employer and industry. And third, we need to form or reform our institutional image in the eyes of society and educational community of the area, state, and the nation. So these all are the HRD mechanisms which can be controlled by whom? Only by the institutional leaders. These all HRD instruments can be controlled, and these all HRD instruments can be utilized towards the maximum development of a student, towards the maximum development and quality of the education delivery, and to the maximum and best effective performance of our educators. I have completed my talk, although I have taken a bit more time. I want to give this a statement. I want to give this next slide, please. I have completed this. Thank you very much for bearing me so much. This is a statement. I want to share it. Generations are the harvest of their masters, actually. If there was Dronacharya, then only there was Arjun. If there was Chandragupta Maurya, then only there was, if there was Chanakya, then only there was Chandragupta Maurya. If there was Prophet Muhammad, then only there was Umar the Great or Abu Bakr Siddiq or Hazrat Ali. If there are great masters, then great students can be produced. Great master, great system, great student, then great performer. So I wanted to present only this much before you. I know there might be a number of limitations because I have only tried only with a cursory glance to cover the topic, but I think it was very important during my visits to different states of the nation. I have found it that educational institutions need to be careful about these all aspects also. That is why I have tried to mention it before.